Alrighty, we have made it into Act 6. This half of the guide, if you didn't see the last half, it will be linked in the description. But we're going to be going from Act 6 to 10 here. And we're going to be transitioning to BV. So the first thing you need to do, most important, is going to be this quest in the Twilight Strand. We're going to clear this out. It's going to give us access to all the gems in the game. But first things first, let's go. And it has been 2 days since the last recording, so hopefully I can remember where everything is. There are a lot of gems that we need to get in this zone, so this is a very important quest. Another reason it's important is that it grants us 2 respec points that we are going to need for the build. So, Delhi, actually no, thank you. I've forgotten where all my buttons are. So we're very close to leveling up and getting to the point where we transition to BEV. It's probably going to be around the end of Act 6. If you want to do it a bit earlier, you can, but I wouldn't recommend it. I'll explain why. Let's just do this quest. Whoops. Okay, 2 monsters remaining, meaning we have missed 1. Wonderful. Oh, that's even more fun. Alright, we're gonna have to probably run all the way back anyway.
Can't see why I'd want to do that here.
I love this quest. Den of Evil. You probably saw me ran past it and you're shouting, but I didn't see it. Painful. Where is the last guy? This quest is very necessary though. Where were we on the skill tree? I believe we need to go up now. Oh no. Den of Evil. It's somehow 23 years later, it's still a pain in the butt. Mr. Monster, where are you? Well, this is an embarrassing start to the video. Luckily, there will be chapters, and you'll be able to skip ahead. But, one thing you can do, if this... Oh my goodness, this is so painful. And I'm not using my Quicksilver flasks again. Why am I not using my Quicksilver flasks? Learn from my mistakes. Aha! How many times did I run past him? In the comments, let me know. How many times did we run past that guy? Okay, so we've done this quest. And now there are a ton of gems that we need to grab. So we're going to head back to Lily. Hello, Lily. Thank you. We get these 2 passive respec points. And now we need to buy a whole bunch of gems. So one of the most important is going to be Shield Charge. This is finally a good movement skill. Also, we want to get faster attacks, which we're going to link with this. I would prioritize this, actually. So we can pop that over there. Withering Step can also go in our shield. Faster attacks and shield charge. Now we have a proper movement skill and we can drop this awful smoke mine. So pop that there. Find your smoke mine and pull it out. It's somewhere here. There we go. Get rid of it. Next thing we're going to need, that's important, if you can fit it in, is a Flame Dash. I prefer Flame Dash over other things. You can use a Frost Blink, I suppose. We currently don't have the sockets for it, so we don't have to put that in. any of these gems that you're going to see now, these are all only important for the Blade Vortex transition. The next gem that I would say is an important one to level up is Clarity. This we're going to need immediately after leveling, well, transitioning into Blade Vortex. So Clarity, Shield Charge, and Faster Attacks, most important. Then some of the other ones we can get, if we can afford it, is Malevolence. This one we need. This is all on the spreadsheet, so don't worry. We're also going to need Unleash, 1 Alchemy. We're going to need Efficacy. These are our primary links for Blade Vortex. And then I think, honestly, that's about it for now. We can get Steel Skin for our left click if you have a spare red socket, but I wouldn't worry too much about it. I don't think I missed anything. So let's continue. Something else we need to do now is get some things in which to level these. So we can check out Vessel. Vessel sells some stuff. Just looking for some maybe ones, although these have a high intelligence requirement. We can check Tarkly. Maybe he's got some sockets. And you know what else would probably be a good thing to level up is a Blade Vortex for when we swap over. So we can pop that in. Unfortunately, can we use that and that? No. That and... oh, we can use it with the sword. Okay, so we can maybe do that. All right, let's just grab ourselves a Blade Vortex. A Blade Vortex? We can actually grab this in Act 1. If you buy it from the act where you get it, if your character has access to it, it will be leveled up. So you can see over here, Blade Vortex here, it's level 9. So we can pop that in here. I would say we level up our Clarity and maybe an Efficacy. And then as we get more sockets, we can pop in the other ones. All right, now, next thing. Very important to check once you make it to Act 6 is your resistances. I think using Purity of Elements is a really good idea. Probably worth dropping Vitality and your Herald. If you also have another blue socket, you can maybe use Clarity, but let's pick up a Purity of Elements. Purity of Elements. Just check the list. And I don't believe we have a blue socket. Our resistances are extremely scuffed. I'm going to actually drop this to spare for now because I think our damage will be fine without it. I'd rather not die. If you die in the second half of the campaign, you're going to lose 5% of your experience. So let's do that. I think we might get away with having this little mana. And now we can shield charge. Oh, we don't have a better movement skill. So this is the downside of shield charge, is that you cannot traverse terrain like this. You have to run around. That's why we use Flame Dash on top of it. But otherwise, shield charge is MVP. Let's try not to get too lost here. And start trying to get your buttons in the right spot. Okay. So this quest over here, we can do it if we like. It's not that important, but you can get a decent belt as a reward. Maybe some other stuff. So we can go back. Over here, I think we need to collect Bestel's manuscript. It's just like in Act 1, where we're gonna get the medicine chest, but at least now we can flame dash, so it's not so painfully slow. And grab that, we can TP out. Might as well just pick up the reward while we're here. And yeah, you can get a belt or an amulet or something like that. I think strength and intelligence sounds pretty good. Grab that Ami. Bit of damage over time. And dex. Nice. Okay. Continuing on. Another thing we're going to be looking out for here in Act 6. Most important is a green, blue link piece of gear. We do get a piece of green, blue linked gear while we're here for a quest reward, so we should be fine. And now in this zone, we're looking for Hinekora. Hinekora is usually up and to the right-ish. No, not quite there. As you can see, our movement speed has significantly improved. Oh, the Dishonored Queen, not Hinekora. Alright, grab the Eye of Conquest. Go back this way, and we're looking for the Karui. I don't know. We'll see. It's a door. I think it's a little bit further up. Just check out our resistances. They're sitting at about 64, 75. Another great thing about Purity of Elements, and the reason I encourage you to maybe even use it into maps, is that it grants us elemental ailment immunity, which is freeze, shock, scorch, ignite, chill, brittle, all the yucky stuff. So being immune to that is a very, very, very good defensive layer. Okay, in this area, we're going to hug to the right, and then we're going to head into Tukohama's Keep. By completing this quest, we gain access to a passive skill point. So we want to do this, very important. Okay, kill these 4 little things. Tukohama is invulnerable during this phase, so don't get killed. Grab the recipe. Alright, easy. Easy fight. This guy does a lot of fire damage, so this is why we want to be resistance capped. Alright, you don't have to wait and talk to Sin, you just run on. Careful when coming out the other side, there's always going to be a big pack of monsters on the other side, so don't get killed. Okay, onto the ridge. This area is going to lead us up to the prison. If you're a Dark Souls fan, you may notice this. Or is it on this side? Yeah, check. This is a little Easter egg, a little bonfire. So in this area, is there a trick? Is there a trick? I don't know. Usually decent experience here. I just kind of hug one of the walls and keep going. Not a bad place to get lost. There's usually tons of magic packs. Level up. Now the next thing we're going to be going for, actually what we could grab. So before we transition, 2 major wheels we need to grab, or at least the 2 major wheels we need to transition comfortably are, one is the Charisma wheel. That is a reservation wheel. I'll show you it once we get to somewhere a bit more safe. And the next one is a skill effect duration wheel and damage over time. So the reason we don't transition sooner is because we really want those for Blade Vortex to start feeling comfortable. And we are thoroughly lost. But it's okay, I think it goes down that way. So shield charge combined with Plague Bearer. Very nice, because you can just shield charge through monsters. That's going to be true even when we have BB up. We can just shield charge through monsters. Very nice movement speed. Kill these dudes, and we've made it. Hooray. Okay. Now, let's just have a quick look at the passive tree. So this is the wheel I was talking about, Growth and Decay. There is a mastery associated with this. Damage over time mastery, 15% increased skill effect duration. This is going to improve the uptime on our Blade Vortex. But before we get that, we also want to grab Charisma so we can fit in the auras we need. So once we hit level 50, we'll be able to respec some points, and then I'll walk you through the process. But for now, we're going to grab Charisma. That'll give us a little bit more mana. In this area, there is a trial, so we're going to go look for it. You can see over here, sometimes you get a nice layout like this where you can just see where the exit is. But first we need to do our trial. There's a crafting recipe. I think that might be our trial. So let's go have a look. Turn on your blood rage to get those frenzy charges, attack speed, life leech. So we did see the trial somewhere up here. There we go. Oh, overshot it a bit. Alrighty. Oh. Grab your crafting recipe. Double resistance is very important. Again, this is why you want to have a supplementary movement skill. So you can just flame dash up there. Got that. Very important. Okay. And now we're going to go to the tower. So hopefully you can see why now, if you watch the previous video, why I was strongly considering going to the library. Like, shield charge, rather, is such a good movement skill, especially compared to Smoke Mine. Alright, in Chevron's tower, primarily going to be up against, I believe, lightning damage again. This is why you want to have your resistances overall a bit more well-rounded compared to previous acts. In the first half of the campaign, each act has sort of a theme. Cold, lightning, fire and lightning, fire, cold and lightning. But over here you need to be prepared for everything. Okay. So in this zone, very straightforward, but one pro tip I can give you is to, when you see a bridge, cross it. If you see a bridge like this, go across it. Doesn't always not lead to a dead end, but I'll show you in some of the other zones. Got another skill point. We're going to keep going here. This wheel gives us a lot of reservation efficiency, which means we have more mana for our auras. Here's a bridge. You see, we could go this way. We could go across the bridge. Go across the bridge. Straight across the bridge, and it will lead you to the next area. Okay, now we're gonna fight Merveil / Brutus. A pretty easy fight, especially with Poisonous Concoction. Just don't get slammed. Turn on your Withering Step to apply Wither. If you have Despair, curse the boss with Despair. Alright. Now Chevron, lot of lightning damage. Okay, usually after she combines with Brutus, I stand up against this wall. He's gonna hook, and we're gonna dodge it. There we go. Or don't dodge it. Just don't get hit. There we go, easy fight. No drops? Oh, you know what I just realized? We're on Uber Strict. That would explain why nothing was falling on the ground. If you don't have this loot filter is never Sync's loot filter. if you're a new player especially, it is absolutely foolproof. I will try to remember to link it in the description. If I didn't and you want it, just leave a comment, message me on Discord, and I'll shoot through a link. Okay, this area, very similar to Act 1, Prisoner's Gate. We want to find this ridge. And, well, if you remember, in Act 2, we unlocked the road from Act 2 to Act 1 in the Western Forest. So now that road is actually open. However, we do want to go down this way because of... what's this dude's name? We'll find out now. Abarath. Abarath killing this guy gives us a skill point, so we want to do that. Again, lots of fire damage, so be careful. We've run out of flask charges. Okay. Got that down. Alrighty, second half. I think our resistances are nearly capped. When he does that, it means he's going to do like a little chargey thing. Debuff with the Withering Step. And another easy fight. Ooh, overbinding. Okay. You can take the waypoint back if you want, but with shield charges probably just faster to run back. Okay, and now we're gonna find the road again. Go back the way you came. Essences, always good. Oh, an amber amulet. What's that? Grab the Chiming Spirit Shield. This is, I think this is a new item. Crit chance, life, every 10 seconds gain 2% life. I'm not gonna put this on. I don't want to create an unrealistic playthrough. If you do find something like this and it looks good, put it on, wear it. So this is the Western Forest now. If you remember, we killed these dudes in Act 2 to get the Thaumatic Emblem, but now they are zombies. Very interesting. So in this area, similar to Act 2, just follow the roads. Each road will lead you to the next zone, guaranteed. Don't really need to grab this waypoint, but doesn't hurt. And we're off to the riverways. Now on the riverways, there's a little diversion we need to take. And that is going to be to get yet another skill point. We're going to be killing Rislatha in the wetlands. Let's just grab this point, Charisma. You see we suddenly have a lot more mana. This is where we really need another movement skill. It's a bit naughty. Not really naughty, but what we can do is swap our skill. Swap it back to Purity of Elements. Okay, cool. Made it across. Alright, so remember in Act 2, this was the riverways. We came out of the bridge encampment and we followed this little broken road to reach Oak. That is still there. This is the same area. It's merely in the future. So what do? We follow that same road. Just keep following this little road. You can see the little cobbles. And here is the wetlands. Remember, all of this is in the spreadsheet. It shows you the name of the quest and it shows you the area in which it is. So don't worry about forgetting or writing everything down, but do take notes if you want. Can, if we're greedy, turn on our vitality, but honestly it's a bit excessive. Okay, now there's going to be a lot of chaos damage in this area. Not a scary amount, but firstly kill these 3 nests. One in the corner, one in the middle, and then one up here. And then we're going to kill Rislatha. I'm just going to quickly make some space for some... This is where we really want our Despair Aura. I mean, Despair Curse. We can actually do that. Preferably have some extra blue sockets. Alright, we are done with the skill points in this act. So what we're going to do, gonna head back to town here. Or you can log out if you want. Just make sure you grab the waypoint in the wetlands, or the riverways rather. And now, let's just see what we have. This is not very useful. Okay, cool. Let's pop back that in. And we're gonna get a bunch of skill books now. So 1, and then 2 from Tarkly. 1. And here we get a blue, blue, green, green. Like I said, very important that we get this. I believe we get this from, I forget which quest, but you usually get it. So here we go. Blue, blue, green, green. We can actually immediately socket some of the gems we need if you want. So this is going to be our Blade Vortex setup. We can keep this safe. These boots we can sell. And strength, dex, that's not a bad ring. It's not a very good ring though. And we can sell the rest of this stuff. Alright. Cool. What we can also do, if you're lucky, you might get a 5 link from one of these guys. We can also see if there's a nice base. Since we have an orb of binding, we can maybe use it on a piece of gear we like a pair of boots. This might be a nice one. However, for an orb binding to work, the item has to be a normal rarity. So we can search for normal. We can see what is normal rarity. We can look at these boots, gloves, what have you. Body armor maybe. Body armor is pretty good at the moment. But for now, I think that's fine. Let's just offload. Put our stuff in our tabs. We don't really need these. We can sell them. Also, we have this Jade Flask. Very useful for later. And 3 skill points, which we can use to start pathing up this way toward growth and decay. Okay. Cool. We are level 47. Very close to our Blade Vortex transition. Let's keep going. Again, if you don't, I guess, look, if I were playing, I would just put in a flame dash and jump across. But if you don't have that, don't panic. There's always a little bridge like this. So in this area, what we want to do is cross these bridges, and once you reach the furthest end, you just follow the road, and you're gonna hit a blockade, rather, like this. So this was previously Act 2 when we were in Act 2. Once you reach that blockade, you can head down and to the right in this direction, and you will always find this exit. I think this area is a pretty set layout. And yeah, okay, this area, Southern Forest, also very straightforward. We're gonna head straight down. Try not to get too lost. And try not to go to the left. In this area, you should be thinking, go right. Go right as much as possible. This is also a very set layout. Again, you can flame dash across there if you have your blue socket. If you don't, just head down this way and loop around and just keep thinking, go right. Go up and right. We're not going to worry about Gwenin now. So once you reach the furthest corner, I suppose, the top corner, we're going to hit this big chunky wall, and we're going to head straight down. And then find this chunky wall, and just follow this all the way down. We're slightly under-leveled, so it might make sense to kill stuff. So following this chunky wall will lead us straight to the Cavern of Anger. This layout's pretty much always like this. I don't know if it adjusts subtly. It might adjust subtly, but for the most part, it's always like that. Okay, Cavern of Anger, also very straightforward. Well, not very. You can get a bit lost in here, but again, I'm always thinking that the exit is in the right, on the right-hand side. So, no matter what, we're just gonna keep thinking, okay, it's to the right. You can get down little dead ends and stuff, but just having a general idea always helps. Oh, dead end. And there is the exit. So I just kind of hugged that right-hand wall and it led me straight there. Now the beacon, very set layout. This one, just hug this wall until you find it opens up. I do actually need to kill a bit more stuff. And this is now going to open up and we're going straight up and to the right. So pretty much from this point on, this is a set layout again. It's always going to be the same. Or same-ish. This is an area where you really, really want to have your purity of elements on. Even if you're running Malevolence, because you're a bit greedy for damage, even though you can see we really don't need it. This area, if you don't have it on, you're going to get frozen by these guys. These little witches, or whatever they're called. And now we found our way here. And now we have the one escort quest of the campaign. If you don't count lab. Just stay in the middle, go up the stairs. Just for the sake of demonstration. Actually, no, don't worry, I'll show you now. So now we need to just charge these. Standing in the circle will cause them to move. If you go out, they're going to start moving backwards. Just stay in the middle. And you're going to be attacked while that happens. Again, you want to have good fire resistance here. Oh, a falling. It's corrupted and bad. Only remembering to put on the Blood Rage now. Alright, and we got it. Also might be worth picking up some things like this. A Sekhem, which is a scepter. If it has +1 level of socketed skill gems, or I mean +1 level of all physical skill gems, that'll be a nice item for our BV. When we swap over to BV, we will be able to use a weapon again. So that's why I'm just seeing what we find along the way and identifying wands and those kind of things. This is a really nice little RF scepter, but otherwise not really. Boot blade, also worth picking up. Sometimes you can get increased damage with poison on it, which is nice. Alright, and now we are done with this. Okay, let me show you one little cool trick. So we're going to head over to the ignition switch, click the beacon to activate it. If you stand in this top right hand corner, you can actually flame dash all the way down like this. There's kind of a sweet spot, but it'll mean you don't have to run all the way down the stairs. So grab that and let's head on to the Brine King's Reef. Just allocate that point first. This area, normally just hug a wall. It's enough to get you through it. And again, if you don't have Purity of Elements or good cold resistance, this area is going to be a pain. And hopefully we can reach level 50 here, so that by the time we are done, we can transition into Blade Vortex. There we go, we made it. Not quite level 50, but we should be able to transition once we make it into Act 7. Okay.
Such a fine example of womanhood. I simply knew you wouldn't disappoint me. Or my husband. You see, His Majesty could never be satiated on his wedding day by one bride alone. Thank you, my new sister. I
All right.
always treasure your company.
Time to die. I think we can actually just turn off our vitality here. Use your Withering Step, and preferably your Despair if you have it. I don't know why I'm attacking. This is just a, I don't know, AFK phase. Withering Step, Blood Rage. Can use your Plague Bearer to do a bit more damage. Alrighty. Final phase. Oh, not final phase. Cool. We have made it to Act 4. Let's just check out this scheme. Maybe it's got something good. Increased damage with poison. Nice. We have a weapon for when we swap over to BV. The rest, I mean, you can look at what you need. Let's head over to Act 6, Act 7, and transition into BV. So, if you pull up your path of building in the section that shows the gems, let me actually just quickly show you. We will find a new section. It's just opening and it's taking very long. While we wait for part of the building, let's just sell some stuff that we don't need. And sell that. I think our current shield is worse than that. Okay. Good. Now let's look at our path of building. So if you look in your path of building, which is linked in the description, over at the skills section, we have our leveling gems over here. But you can see once we get here, we have this Blade Vortex swap. So these gems are in order of importance. You do want to have your 4 link. So we're going to be using Blade Vortex, Plague Bearer, Malevolence, or Purity of Elements. I recommend using Purity of Elements if your resistances are not capped. Then Clarity, Herald of Agony, Vitality, Sealskin. Honestly, I think we can maybe take this out because it interferes with the Plague Bearer. I mean the Withering Step. I think let's just take that out. And then we have our Despair and our Shield Charge, Flame Dash, and Faster Attacks. So let's make this transition. Firstly, what we need to do is get our Blade Vortex. Here it is. We're going to link that with Unleash, Efficacy, and Chance to Poison, I do believe. Yes, Chance to Poison. That's going to be the other gem link, which is currently linked with our Chance to Poison support. Put that on our head. Now, what we don't need is Poisonous Concoction. We take that out. Don't need that. and we don't need that. We're going to need our clarity. Can put that over here. We need our shield charge. We need our faster attacks. Herald of Agony we need. Plague Bearer we need. We don't need our Blood Rage, although you could keep using it if you want. Precision we do not need anymore. So let's put on our new weapon, and we see, great, we have a new socket for our clarity. I'm going to swap out these gems. We have a new socket for our Flame Dash, so we can use that. Just be sure to allocate it to the correct part of the tree, and remember, always attack without moving. And I believe our Despair is somewhere. Here's our Despair. We can put our Despair here. There we go. All right. Period of Elements, we also need a socket for. Oops. I think we will have to, well, something we could do if we're a bit naughty is that and that. Very naughty, but it is why we get currency in the game, I suppose. Put that there and there. We have everything equipped. We also need a red socket for our Vitality, which is over there. So now we have made the swap with our gems. You can just sell these or sell it to a vendor. And then the next thing we need to do is we need to respec a few points. So again, if you look at the tree on the path of building, you will see this. So we have our final tree before BV. This is pretty close to what we have. And then we have the BV swap. So I'll show you which points we need to swap out quickly. So, main points we need to unallocate are going to be these flask nodes over here. 1, 2, 3. Get rid of that. Also, this, I think, if this is in the POB, whatever's in the POB is correct. And then the other thing we need to unallocate is Precise Technique. We no longer need that. And I think these are the other 2 points we need to unallocate is Soul Siphon. Now, if you did allocate Field Medicine down here, you will need to find an Orb of Regret, or you will find a quest in Act 7 that grants you a respec point. So we're going to unspec that. Now we have 9 points. We're going to allocate them here. We're going to grab Life Regen, Growth and Decay, and very importantly, increased skill effect duration. That's going to increase the uptime on our Blade Vortex. And then what else are we going to allocate? This evasion and phasing node is very useful. 10% chance to gain phasing for 4 seconds on kill. It's going to allow us to run through monsters. We can also use a quartz flask, which we're going to get a bit later. Next, we can grab these life points, and we can grab the 50 max life over there. Another thing that's very important, we want to grab this life mastery skills, cost life instead of 30% of mana costs. And then I believe the final point, honestly, the POB says grab 15% chance to, 5% chance to inflict 15 with the debuffs. I actually think this is going to give us more damage, Reservation Mastery. So I'm going to just quickly update that in the POB, and we're going to grab that instead. So we have fully transitioned into Blade Vortex now. If for some reason you're really loving playing with Poisonous Concoction and you want to just keep going with that until it falls off, you can do that for sure. Just make sure that you are leveling up your gems in the meantime. Something we should be doing is leveling up the future gems we're going to need in these empty sockets, but I'm not going to worry about that now. If you do have empty sockets, empty green sockets, maybe level up some Blade Vortexes or check the skills section of the POB and look at the main gems. See what's there that you're going to need in the future and level those up in the meantime. Now, the auras we're using, Vitality. No, not Vitality. Period of Elements, Vitality, and I think that's all. I think we may have slightly over-leveled these. Whoops. Yeah, keep these a slightly lower level. It's fine. Vitality is not super important. But now we have our Blade Vortex. Sweet. Also, we don't really need this Mana Flask much anymore. You can keep it on, but I would rather use something like a Jade Flask. Cool. We can play Blade Vortex, the skill, and you can see it does damage. See, the idea with this is charge it up, it gains these blades, and then you run through stuff and it kills it. It is going to feel a little bit slower than Poisonous Concoction, so like I said again, if you want to keep playing Poisonous Concoction, you can, but I like moving into my main skill as soon as possible. In this area, there is a quest we really do want to do, that is finding Whalem's Silver Locket. So here it is, we found it, hooray. This is going to grant us a quartz flask as a reward. So if you haven't found a quartz flask, you can do this. If you have, you can skip this. Then, similar to Act 2, we're still kind of in Act 2, the Broken Bridge, if you remember where we killed Creighton. We just follow the roads. We just follow the roads. And it'll lead us to victory. We've leveled up. Kill this dude. So you can see Blade Vortex is working. One of the main quality of life improvements we're going to be getting later as we level up. And part of the reason why some people feel like transitioning this early is maybe a bit early is that we lose our charges a bit more quickly. But I feel like it's high up enough to keep our charges up. So heading into the crossroads, we did level up. So we want to start heading up this direction. We're going to be grabbing Atrophy for more skill effect duration, or increased skill effect duration. Maybe don't worry too much about killing rares. And we're going to head to the middle. Now, in this area, first thing you want to do, grab this waypoint and then head down and to the right. So charge it up. Another thing you can do also is just use your Plague Barrel a lot to kill stuff. If your BV goes down and you still have a lot of incubation, which you can see up here, your Plague Bearer value, then you can just run through monsters like that. In this area, again, just follow the road until you find this big crypt. It's exactly the same as in Act 2. So just do that. Alrighty. So another thing, do we have an empty prefix? What we can do actually to improve our damage slightly, let's just pop back to our hideout. What we can do is maybe craft a damage to spells on this. So we can look here, damage to spells, fire, cold, lightning. This will increase the damage of our BV slightly. So we can pop that on. So we can go, maybe let's go lightning, bit extra damage. You can see that increased our damage, adds 1 to 16 lightning damage. Nice, I think. Wait, did that add anything? Yeah, it should have. Okay, and then head back to the crypt. That would have been another opportunity to improve your resistances if they weren't capped, but... So if you are feeling very confident, something you can do is drop your Purity of Elements and use Malevolence. Malevolence grants us more damage over time, which does poison is damage over time. So that's nice. In this area, we need to grab a map for Malagaro. Whoop. This actually has a set layout. I believe there are 2 set layouts for this area, but I don't know what they are. I just normally go to the bottom corner, and that's usually good enough. There we go. And we grab Malagaro's map. What we're gonna do, instantly TP out. see some of this gear. Can talk to Aramir if we want for some reason. And let's just see. No, we don't want that. We don't really want that. Or that. It's all bad. So we can sell it. While you're here, maybe just see if there's a level of all physical spell skill gems. Level of all. Aha. Look at that. However, requires 200 intelligence. We are too stupid to use it. Might as well buy it just in case. It's only 2 alterations. If we get a bit smarter, we can pop that on. Check Helena for 5 links, maybe even 4 links that we may still be needing. And I think we're good. Now what we're going to do, head back to the waypoint. Oh wait, you know what? We did Whalem's Locket. Let's hand this in. We're going to grab a Quartz Flask. Quartz Flask is nice. It grants us phasing permanently. I might even use that over the Jade. But let's head back to the crossroads. Honestly, 2 life flasks might be excessive now that we are not using them for our poisonous concoction. And once we get back to the waypoint, as you can see, I'm heading up and to the left, opposite direction of the Fell Shrine ruins. And similar to Act 2, this is always going to be in the same place. So, Chamber of Sins, ignore Einhar, he's annoying. No, I'm just joking, I love Einhar. And we're going to head to the middle. Again, just like Act 2. Are you starting to notice a pattern? Oh, a Jade Floss, nice. Cast Ice Nova, eek. We've made it to the middle. Grab this crafting recipe, and very importantly, grab this waypoint. Okay, so we're going to go over to the map device, put Malagara's map in, activate it, and I'll talk you through this next area. This area is actually fairly easy to figure out. What we're going to do is head to the corners, head to one of the corners, and that should inform you of the next direction in which to head. So. Here we go. This can be a bit tricky to find, but once we find the crossing, I normally just stay in the same line, and you normally find it here. And I think the next one's going to be down. So it's a bit hard to explain, but it's almost like a zigzag. Next area should be here. Let's flame dash. Yep, there we go. And then we're just going to hug this top wall again. So this zone that leads to the boss is always going to have this orientation where it's facing this kind of up and to the right angle, this sort of top right diagonal. So that's why I kind of knew it was going to go this way. Then we're going to head into Malagara's workshop. I recommend dropping a portal here just in case this guy kills you. You don't have to run all the way back. Randomly hit pots. There we go. Remember to use your Withering Step. Okay. Let's resurrect at checkpoint. I think maybe going 2 life flasks kind of necessary evil at this point. Turn on your auras. Tiny bit ambitious going for the 1 flask. Maybe with vitality up. Fidelitas. Kill this dude. Curse him. Use your Withering Step. Oh, and remember, if you die, push Plague Bearer again to activate it. Otherwise, it won't gain charges. Alright, we've done it. Grab the Black Venom. Another thing we should probably do, something I've been ignoring, is our Pantheon. So we can grab some nice ones. If we head back to town, I'll probably forget to do it, but you can talk to Sin in town and get your Pantheons that way. Anyway, we're going to be heading up this way. Speak to Silk, get the Obsidian Key, and just like in Act 2, this waypoint is always going to point in the direction of the exit. So we want to head this way. As you can see, here is the exit. And now in the Chamber of Sins level 2, there is going to be our second ascendancy. Wait. I think we missed one. Oh my, we missed one. Forgive me. There was one in the crypt. How embarrassing. We're gonna have to go back. Completely forgot about that one. So it's actually in the same places as in Act 2. So the crypt and now in here. See, this is why you practice your league slots, so you don't make silly mistakes and then end up behind your friends. And then no one thinks you're cool. Okay. Just shield charge over this. Don't worry about all these levers. I still don't know why they're in the game. I think they're there just to troll you. And grab your resistance recipe / mana regen recipe. Grab that. And let's go. Remember to use your flasks. Ooh, that's a lot of engraved wands. I'm actually going to pick these up. Might be an upgrade sitting in here. Now, a professional player would identify these while moving, but we are not. So, physical damage over time multiplier, not good for us. We're looking for chaos damage over time multiplier, or just generic damage over time multiplier. It would appear that we have received every type of overtime multiplier other than the one we want. So, very sad. And 28 to 53 core damage spells, really nice. We can check here, damage 117, 121. If we can get another socket on that, maybe. Yeah, we can. Nice. Pop that on. Less damage with poison though, so it might actually be a DPS loss. Who knows? Who cares? We have enough damage. However, one nice thing about this actually is we can pop in our malevolence. I'll show you some tricks we can do to improve our damage very slightly. We're going to put our malevolence over here. This is something I like doing. Don't worry about doing this if you are a new player. But what you can do is quickly swap between your auras like that. Just to, when you need damage, get a bit more damage. If you see there's a bit of lightning happening, swap back. So Malevolence, this grants us more damage over time. It also grants us increased skill effect duration, which is going to mean our Blade Vortex lasts longer. So you can see here duration, 6.2 seconds. We turn it off, 5.8 seconds. So that's very nice, not only for the damage over time, but also for the skill effect duration. So it would be ideal to have your Malevolence if your resistances are capped. Let's run around without it. We're sitting at 37 resistance. Yikes. Arc and a strongbox, nice. Might want to turn on our period of elements for that. And this area, the den, this is where we kill the mother bear in Act 2. So we're gonna head out this way. Normally just hug one of the walls and it'll lead you straight out. Before you leave, end your delirium encounter so you get all these amazing drops. Wow. Actually, pretty wow. Nice amulet. Cold damage, life, all res, and yeah, not bad. Open prefix. Actually, is that better than what we have? This one has damage over time. Yeah. Bit more life is great. You know what? Before we forget, let's head back to the crypt. We need to go do our trial. As you can see, it says solve the trial of ascendancy in this area in big letters on the screen. If you pay attention to that, you'll also know where the trial of ascendancy is. Here we go. So you don't have to let your BV do all the damage. The idea is that you apply some poisons and then run past the monsters. So you can see they take damage over time. You don't have to stand there the whole time to make sure they die. You kind of run past them, the blades hit them, apply the damage over time, and then that'll finish them off like that, you can see. Okay, got our trial of ascendancy. Let's head back to the bridge encampment. Did we just unlock damage over time? We did. Does this have an open suffix? It does not. Doesn't have an open prefix. What we can do here, we can grab, I think we get a skill point from Yin? No. Have we killed any gods? No, we have not. We don't get them yet. What we want to do, head over to the Ashen Fields, back from where we came from. We're going to get one when we kill Garoost. And again, follow the road. If you see magic packs, kill the magic packs. But otherwise, follow the road. It'll take you where you need to go. I'm gonna be a bit greedy and turn on my malevolence here. And let's go in here. All right. We don't really need to worry about elements or resistances during this fight. It's primarily going to be bleed, which is a physical damage over time, I believe. Just charge up your thing, curse him, withering step him, and stand on him to apply dots. So for bosses, you do want to hit them repeatedly with, whoops, that's cringe. You do want to hit them repeatedly to apply more poison sacks to them, but for general clear, you don't have to worry about standing at the boss the whole time. There we go. We have slain him. Great job. I just want to see, can we allocate points here with Sin? Normally you don't want to stand here and wait. I just want to see, does he allow us to allocate points? Yes. Okay, so Soul of the Brine King, I like allocating Ralakash here. It's nice for quality of life. Also like Soul of Rislata. This one's also really nice, especially for life recovery from flaws when on low life. But we get the bleeding one. Before we head into the northern forest. Now in this area, one thing we need to do is we need to locate the Dread Thicket. In there are two things we need to do. We need to get the fireflies for Yina to open up the Great Pyramid. And the other thing we need to do is kill a god to get a passive skill point. However, we're not going to go in there yet. We're going to drop a portal here. We're going to come back. And what we're going to do is run up. We need to go up, 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 up. If you aren't confident in your speed, You don't have to do that portal drop, but I do recommend it. I really do recommend it. In there, I think... I don't know if you find the fireflies in there before you've spoken to to Yina in the Val ruins, but I don't know. I always do it like this. So in this area, just kind of hug this wall. Hug this left-hand-ish wall. Use your floss, use your shield charge. Some areas are going to be better for flame dash, some areas are going to be better for shield charge. And I'm kind of thinking up-ish and to the right-ish. Right, I don't know. Yeah, up and to the right. I actually got that right. I mix up my left and right. Okay, so you find your waypoint. And don't forget your crafting recipe. And then kind of keep going this way. We're going to find the entrance to the Val ruins. I feel like we've overshot it, but we'll see. I don't think so. No, it's not. Okay, cool. It's usually pointing up this way, but sometimes it's straight up this way. Don't forget Kishara's lockbox. We're going to get Kishara's stop. This grants us a passive point and 2 passive respec points. Now, the Vile City, I know a lot of you hate this area. It's so big and so sprawling. However, very easy way to find the entrance or the exit. Just go straight. So if you see where the entrance is here, if you just run in a straight line as much as possible, you are going to get diverted left and right as there are walls. However, the entrance and the exit will always be in a straight line. So that's a very cool one I learned from some comments, and it has proven itself to be true. I think if we go that way, it's going to be a dead end. But let's keep going this way. I think maybe we should have gone in there. Whoops. So still thinking straight line. Straight line. So I'm gonna head back and down and to the left a bit. And there is Yina. So as you can see, it makes a straight line pretty much between these 2 points. That's how you find Yina in this area. So talk to her. Right, she's gonna tell us, go get the fireflies. Now we're gonna go do that. It's in the Dread Thicket. And we're gonna pop in here into our portal, which is right outside the Dread Thicket. That's why we do that portal drop. So in the Dread Thicket, just run around and find your fireflies. Kill the magic packs for a bit of experience points. Grab the crafting recipe. Another firefly. A chisel? In Act 7? So not only do we need to find the, I think, 8 fireflies, there is also a quest here. So normally you have to full clear this area. Oh wow. That's actually a really nice drop. Oh no, it's not. Never mind. I thought it was time clasp. That looks a bit different. Okay. Here's a firefly. And here's the boss room. So let's just hop in there. Withering Step to spare. Whoop, don't turn off your aura for some reason. And here we're just going to stand on top of the boss. Check your Withering Step. You can put Withering Step on your left click if you want, but there we go. Down. Make sure you do that quest. Grants a skill point. And this should be the final Firefly. There we go. When it says deliver the Fireflies to Yina, that'll mean you know, okay, you've got all of them. Let's head back to town. And over here, I think first talk to Helena. We're gonna grab a pair of boots. Don't take that, it's annoying. It just fills up your inventory unnecessarily. Sell all this stuff. And we're gonna take the Malagara reward. This is for boots. Probably grab either one of these should be fine. It's always nice to get a pair of boots. Unfortunately, these ones are not good. Now, we're going to get a whole lot of quests. So, well, a whole lot of quest rewards, rather. So, let's ID this. Damage over time multiply. That's actually not bad, but it's not good enough that I'm going to waste time on it. Check for 4 links or socket colors you may need. Or 5 links even if you're lucky. And we're going to talk to Aramir. He should give us 1 skill point or 2. There we go. That's from Rislatha. Well, that's from, forget which quest. Groost. We get a skill point. And I don't know. The bear that we just killed. Anyway, we have 4 skill points to work with. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Working our way over to Atrophy. The skill point quests, again, are listed in the document. Master of a Million Faces, Kishara Sa, and Queen of Despair. So we take the portal back to the Vile City, and Yina turns into a wolf, or a fox. Very normal. And we have entered the Temple of Decay. Now, this might look a little familiar. You remember in Act 2 when we were climbing up the pyramid? Well, now, in Act 6 or 7, wherever we are now, we're climbing down the pyramid. So in Act 2, what we did was we went to the opposite corner. And that's what we're going to do in Act 7 as well. A lot of dead ends here. But I'm still thinking, okay, we must go straight down. That's where we'll find the exit. Right over here. Cool. And now the same thing. Opposite. I thought that was a 5 link. That would have been great. Can actually pick that up. Can use maybe one of the essences we found on it. Now again, thinking straight across like that. That's where the exit should be. There will be obstacles along the way. Oh my. Still using our Malevolence, being a bit naughty. If you want, you can keep using your Malevolence. Primarily, there is poison damage in this area, so you're not going to get too wrecked. I would pay attention to what's killing you. If you are running Malevolence and your resistances aren't capped, maybe pop on your Purity of Elements. Otherwise, if you're confident, you can rather just go with Malevolence for a lot more damage and skill effect duration. Now this area, same thing. Opposite corner. Opposite corner. Kill the magic packs. Gotta finish that guy off, right? Here, you can flame dash across. So you don't have to run all the way around. Another reason you want to have your flame dash. And exit should be right about here. Yep. Open the door. Cool, cool, cool. Go down and again, opposite corner. Just like the pyramid in Act 2. I think that's the wrong way. Flame dash across, come on. Ah, there we go. There's like a little sweet spot you have to get. Grab the chaos damage recipe. Actually important, what the hell's that? Oh. Actually a lot of good drops here. Can check it out while moving. They're all, that's a lot of movement speed. Can actually use that. Flame dash across here. If you do find those breaks, always cross them, I'm pretty sure. I always cross them and they always lead me in the right direction. So again, you can see this is a straight line on my mini-map. Heading down to the final level, when it's all purpley like this, you know that we have made it to the final floor where we're gonna fight Arakali. Okay, and we're gonna head into Arakali's web. Silk's GF. Okay, Withering Sep, Despair, and then stand by the boss to apply the poisons. Don't get killed by her poison. I think Arakali's a lady. She's gonna respawn in one of these corners, so remember Withering Sep, Despair, and then stand by her and apply those poisons. Okay, now she's gonna go munch her silk, I think. Yummy. No, one more phase. That little icon there, that little swirly, that means she is withered. We don't know how withered, but she is withered. Okay, now she's gonna eat silk. Rip Silky. And now, the final phase. She's gonna start doing some like shotgun stuff at us, so just be careful when she does that. Move. Or stand in it. Doesn't really matter apparently. Turn off your Plague Bearer when you're not at the boss. See where she pops up. Withering Sep. Oh! Like I said, preferably don't stand in that. Not a good look. And oh, there we go. We have done it. Let's see what she drops. Okay. I think we can pick those up. Nothing else really good. Alrighty, heading into Act 8. Okie dokes. This looks like a pretty nice little shield, but doesn't have the link colors we need, so in this area, just find this big wall and follow it. We'll lead you straight here up to the ramparts. And then we're going to go the opposite way that we just came. So following the same wall, but the other way. Remember to use your Quicksilver Flask. Charge up your BEV. And we're going to enter into Sarn. Don't worry so much about the rare packs. Blue packs, we will stand and kill. Just don't die. And here we are in the Sarn encampment. Okay, now, what you want to do once you reach the Sarn encampment is let's go do our second lab. But before that, might be a good idea to check our resistances, see if there's a place where we can slightly improve those. So we have this Cutthroat Garb. We have an Essence of Anger. We can use this to get fire resistance. There's some life fire resistance and an open suffix. Let's just see what we can grab. Pop you in here. Let's see our resistances with our Purity of Elements. So our fire resistance is fine. We need cold resistance. We need lightning resistance. So we can go cold resistance. Can use 28 if we want. That costs an Ulk though. A bit risky. We can... Oh, our gloves. Yikes. Our gloves are disastrous. Let's see what else we can get. Actually, you know what we can do? Let's just head back to Act 8. I'll show you how you can improve your gear while you're leveling. So if you see like, oh no, I have these terrible things. Primarily what you need important is a green-red link, but maybe we can find a pair of gloves here. Or a pair of boots, honestly. A pair of boots we can use. Maybe we can get lucky with a pair of boots. We can sell. This is all linked up as well. Let's see what else there is. Are there another pair of gloves? Yeah. We can maybe grab... No, these are both rare. What we can do... Let's see. Do we have another essence? Yeah, this one has lightning resistance. Pop that on. It doesn't have movement speed. However, it is a significant improvement over these. Also means we can put in our shield charge and stuff. But let's first go pop on some resistances on those. Oh no, the resistances are full, but we can put on some movement speed. Suffixes are full. We can put on some movement speed. Even just 10 to 14% is something worth. And now we know that we can drop our gloves if we need to. Sell the rubbish to Lily. Don't think we need that 4 link. Actually, that could be a good 4 link. This we still want to hang on to. Could also slap this with a chrome. Let's see. Do we have any other essences? We have this Essence of Greed. Bit of life, accuracy. It's somehow even worse. So, alrighty. Let's do our labyrinth, and for this, since we haven't managed to sort out our resistances, what we can do is just pop on our Purity of Elements instead. That should be fine. That'll top us off. You can see, pretty close. Let's head over to the Aspirants Plaza. If you are a new player and you are extremely scared of doing your lab, I understand. You can wait a bit to do it, but I would highly recommend you go for it. If you're a new player and it's league start, there's really no rush to get to map. So if you do this and you die a few times along the way, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Another thing you can do, actually, maybe I can quickly show you this, is head over to a website called PoE Lab. Let me just share screen. PoE Lab. This will show you the layouts for each of the labs. So we're in Cruel Lab now. This is normal, Cruel, Merc, Uber Lab. You can click this, and this will show you the path. Now, in the rooms where you see this red D, you can find something called a Dark Shrine. That'll give your character some kind of bonus throughout the labyrinth that'll help you out. Sometimes it's just something like Izara drops extra keys. However, sometimes it's a permanent shrine effect that'll really help you. So if you're very scared of doing it, open up poelab.com and check out where are the Dark Shrines. So you can see, oh, there's one in here and there's one in the next room. We can even go look for one in the next zone just so you can see where they are. This is actually, I believe, a side zone. We didn't necessarily need to come here, but it's fine. And that PoE lab will be updated every day. So you can rest assured it is accurate. Unless it's right after the lab change. I don't know exactly what time that changes, but let's head into the Aspirant's Trial. grab your crafting recipe, grab that point for a bit more chaos damage over time. We're gonna do this. Now for this fight, I mean, yeah, keep on your purity of elements. He summons little monsters that do elemental damage. Curse him, wither him with Withering Step. Don't get slammed. And stand on him and apply those poisons. We have done it. Just don't get slammed, and also don't get killed after he decides. I don't know why he's still fighting me. He said such resilience, which means the fight's over. Alright. So, now if you check in the PoE lab, well, when we look there, I know there is a dark shrine in the next room. So, we're gonna look for that. Normally, I wouldn't feel like I need it, but for the sake of the guide, let's just have a look for that dark shrine. For those of you who are not as confident. Don't get killed by... both those are pretty bad. Don't get killed by traps. Oh, this is fun. We have to click levers. Wait for that. Try not to spam your flask too much. You can, if you want, maybe use Soul of Rislatha in this zone. Life flask gain 3 charges every 3 seconds if you haven't used one recently. Sometimes you can get stuck behind a trap with no charges and you can't really do anything and you have no life regen. I mean, you could turn on your vitality, but hold on, wait. Is our Herald of Agony? Oh my goodness. Our Herald of Agony has not been on. Turn that on. I just noticed. Oh no, how long has it been like that? Learn from my mistakes. Learn from my mistakes. I was wondering why my damage felt a bit low. So Herald of Agony serves multiple important things. Probably mentioned in the previous video, but it gives us our 100% chance to poison. Without it off, you can see it's only 80. It grants us an extra 20%. And it also summons that Agony Crawler that does damage. And it grants more damage with poison. So a lot of good stuff. And that being off, you can immediately see the damage is massively improved. So normally I would have gone through there. But since we are looking for this Dark Shrine, I'm going to look for it until we find it. You would be surprised at how much mental resources are required to talk and play this game and explain stuff. Okay, this might also be the way out. Actually, either of those. We gotta find the Dark Shrine so I can show you. On League side, I really wouldn't go this far out of my way. Oh my goodness. For the sake of education. Aha, we have found it. So you might think, how did I know? Well, on your map, you can see there's this room. Let me make it bigger. You can see there's this room here, but how do I get into it? Well, there's this little switch over here. You click that, it opens up this door, and that's where you'll find your Dark Shrine. Click that. Pursuit of Power can be a grotesque affair. So this, players in the labyrinth will be affected by a diamond shrine. This means we always crit, which is useless kind of for my build, but maybe if you're playing a different build it'll be good. Well, wait, no, you are playing this build. That's why you're watching this guide. This is useless for our build. Okay, next area, there is no Dark Shrine because I checked PoE Lab. Video is not sponsored by PoE Lab. I just like it. Reglob, alright. I don't think it's going to be down this way. If you see that little what's it, a door looking type thing that's normally some kind of gauntlet within the lab. Can't believe I wasn't using Herald of Agony, good grief. I was wondering. And we're gonna head over this way. Noble Tricorn. Another thing we can do, since we know we have some orbs of binding, is look out just for a nice white item that we can use, maybe like a pair of gloves, and use it on that. So an orb of binding will take a normal rarity item, a white item, 4-link it, and make it rare.
When the time comes to strike, an emperor strikes without hesitation.
Okay, let's head into our next thing. I don't think we need that. Maybe that's worth something, but I don't think so. Okay, charge it up. Now he's gonna do a jump. Don't get hit by it. Another side note for lab, these little guys that spawn, these extra things on the side, you can kill those. And those will not appear in the next fight, in the subsequent Izaro fights. However, if you don't kill them, they will show up in the next fight. So I didn't kill these two dudes in the previous fight, so they showed up in this one. You saw how much quicker that was with the Herald of Agony up. Just because we are doing a lot more damage with poison, and we have a 100% chance to poison. The Diamond Shrine may also... Oh! Oh no! So this area, there is another Dark Shrine. Should we look for it? Just for the sake of those who are watching. If you're watching this far in, you're probably here to learn. Let's see what we can find. Let's see if we can find a Dark Shrine. Just to make our Izaro fight a little bit easier. These guys, if you're not res cap, will probably kill you. Demon's Horn, also grab that. Alright, what's the next area? I think... let's just move on to the next area. I did show you the Dark Shrine in the previous zone, so we're not going to run back, but you know where it is now. You know how to seek them out. Silver chest, we can get it. It'll give us a silver key, which you can use to unlock silver doors. I think there's actually a silver door in here. Should we go look for it? Again, so it's not optimal, but for those of you looking for a slightly easier time in your labs, maybe do your silver key. Again, you can see where silver keys and silver doors are. Obviously, we would go through there, but let's see if we can find this silver door and see what is behind it. Oh, it's not that way. Oh my goodness. If it's terribly, I think, you know what? It'll be a surprise for you. If you want to open your silver door and go see what's behind it, go for it. It's probably gonna be garbage, but yeah. Let's finish up our lab. Okay, this area, there's a lot of traps moving around. Another one of the things you can get from a Dark Shrine is that traps are disabled, or that traps deal 50% less damage over time. Don't stand on him when he's doing that. He'll teleport you into a slam. Watch out for these little additional monsters. Press Z to hide items during the fight. Alright, there's some nice stuff. Don't really need a drill neck, but that's a pretty cool drop. We can see what else. Yeah, we don't really need any of this other stuff. Boots, always worth picking up. And we are done with our second labyrinth. Let's just see if anything here is good. Those are very nice boots. They don't have movement speed though. These are better than what we have, so we will put those on. Okay, Divine Font. Attack and cast speed. That's a really nice enchant for boots. Put that on there. And then we're going to head over to the Altar of Ascendancy. And here we are going to grab Nature's Reprisal. This is going to improve the effects of Withered and have a 25% chance to inflict Withered for 2 seconds on hit. Wither is a debuff, again, like I explained, that increases the damage that... Hold on, wait. Increase the damage that enemies take by 6% per Withered debuff stack, and you can apply up to 15. However, each stack only lasts for 2 seconds. That can be increased with increased skill effect duration, and that is now increased by 50%. So each stack of Wither increases the damage they take by 9%. If we can get 15, that's 135%. So Wither, pretty good. If you can get all the stacks up. Anyway, after that little tidbit, let's head into the next area, which is going to be Act 8. The toxic conduits. Normally, sometimes, I don't know, sometimes it's hiding, but sometimes there's a little black sploot on the ground that you can see that will point you in the right direction, left or right. However, if you go the wrong way, for some reason, it's not a very big, long, incorrect way. So we're gonna go this way, and if it's wrong, that's alright. Here we can maybe, this would be a good place to have our Purity of Elements up. However, I feel confident enough to get away with it and use Malevolence for increased damage. Okay. Now our damage is going to start feeling really nice. Just remember to use your Phasing Flask to go through monsters when that node doesn't proc at the bottom of the tree. We're gonna keep heading this way, more chaos damage over time. Honestly, Act 8 is probably the ideal place to swap over to BV, but I don't want new players playing a guide and then, you know, 7/10 of the campaign you're running through with a different skill on a League start build. But it's fine. We have made it. Kill this guy for the essence. Don't die. Do die because you were greedy and decided to use your Malevolence instead of Purity of Elements. This is actually a very good area to use Purity of Elements. A lot of cold damage. And we're gonna head this way. Alright. Little pro tip to make you look cool to your friends. You can flame dash through this grate. Run straight to Doedre's Cesspool. Now in Doedre's Cesspool, we're gonna have to fight Doedre and kill her in her cesspool. Royal Scepter worth picking up. Wormscale Boots. Still looking for a +1 level of all physical skill gems. That'll increase the damage of our BB quite significantly. Now we can just really run through stuff and kill it. This area, don't worry about getting lost. It's okay if you do. Again, plenty of magic and rare packs. And here we are. Okay, Dodre. It's gonna be a bit of a scary fight, but I'll explain a little trick in this fight. Charge up your BV while the boss spawns. Turn on that. And we're going to put on our Withering Sep, and curse her. Once these little blobs start spawning, they will put little degens on the ground, but you can click this valve, it'll clear them all. So if you do feel like they're building up too much, you can click that valve. Alright. And our friend Dodre is dead. Get wrecked. Okay, in this area, grab your crafting recipe and head up. You don't want to go down, head up. That one you can't flame dash through. And now onto the key, one of the more sprawling big areas in the game. However, I will show you a trick to get through it very easily. So first thing you want to do, try hug this wall, this side wall, and just stick to that. Stick to that for now. Eventually that's going to open up a bit into a side area. We should find it just over here. What we are looking for is the Ankh of Eternity, which we're going to use to resurrect Tolman. That's going to grant us a skill point. So we want to do that. Just keep hugging this wall. Here we go. Should be right over here. There we go. You see the exclamation mark, Ankh of Eternity. Grab that. We're going to pick up the pace now. We've got a lot of stuff left to do. And then once you've got that, again, just hug this wall. It'll lead you straight to the resurrection site, which has, I think, 2 spawn locations. It's either going to be here or down into this way. But just hug this wall, you'll find it. Yeah, it's going to be over here today. We'll grab that stuff on the way back. We want to grab this. And here is the resurrection site. Now, if you didn't collect the Ankh of Eternity, you're going to have to double back. Here's the Ankh. We're going to try resurrect Tolman. Let's see how that goes. I'm sure nothing bad can come from this. Alright, kill the little monsters. Some nice little magic packs. And then Tolman, remember, curse, use your Withering Sep to apply Wither. And that's an easy fight. Done. Oh, and a Quartz Flask, nice. Attack speed during Flask effect, not very helpful. Now we're going to head back the way we came. Pick up the stuff we left along the way. Kill this magic pack. Grab the Jade Flask. We should probably upgrade our flasks. And now the exit is usually sort of up and to the right-ish. So we're going to head that way. Just hugging this wall. What is that? A whetstone. Don't need that. Oh. Oh no. That's embarrassing. We went the wrong way. Don't worry, shield charge's got our back. Here we go. Whoops. It was right here. But you can see what I meant by it being up and to the right. I just, I missed a very crucial turn off. There we go. Now into the grain gate. Another very cool trick in this area. So there are a lot of buildings in which you can go, and a lot of directions which you can go in. How do you know which is right? Well, outside these entrances, some of them have dead guards lying outside. You can see this poor guy dropped his coconut. We're gonna go in those ones. So if there's no dead guard outside, we are not gonna go in. If there is a dead guard, we do go in. So let's see, is there a dead guard here? There is not, so we're not gonna go in there. We know it must be a different direction. Let's see, is there a dead guard here? There is. There he is. Dropped his arm. Okay. Grab the whetstones and come out this way. In this area, there's also the Gemling Legion that we need to kill. You should run into it, but when you see this little book on the minimap with the official orders, you'll know that that's where you need to be. Okay, now we're looking for dead guard. Perfect. And this should be the exit. Perfect. Onto the Imperial Fields. This area, we're just going to follow the road until it is destroyed. Kill the magic packs. Get the experience points. Grab this waypoint if you want, but you don't have to. This road is going to disintegrate at this point. Just keep going in that direction. It'll lead you to the Solaris Temple level 1. So keep going up this way. And once you find these tiles, you'll know, alright, we've made it. Into the Solaris Temple level 1. Now this area, you can get a bit lost, or you can overshoot a turn that you need to take. There are two situations we can find ourselves in this. We can either accidentally make it all the way to the other side, to the promenade, I think. Or you're going to find the waypoint. What we do want to do is find the waypoint. And I will show you why. What's that? Ooh, a 6-socket. Yes, please. Now, there we go, the waypoint. Don't worry if you miss the waypoint. Once you found the waypoint, you kind of keep heading up and to the left. Who is messaging me at this hour? It's late. Can kill this guy. Okay. Keep heading up-ish this way onto the Solaris Temple level 2. Oh my goodness, Kriparian just followed me. That's exciting. On Twitter. Alright. Weird side note. This area, just kind of follow the carpet. It's fairly easy. And I will talk you through what to do if you missed that waypoint in the previous area. You can use your Plague Bearer on, off, like that to help kill monsters. Let's Strongbox. Uh-oh, freeze you when activated. Should have used our Fury of Elements before turning that on. Nice drops. And here we have found the portal. So here we're going to get the Sunstone. Nice. Get this recipe while you're here. And we're going to head back to town. Don't leave it on the ground. Head back. Okay. I believe we get a skill point for something. There we go. We're going to allocate that on atrophy. Increased skill effect duration is great. It means our blade vortex stays up longer. I think we can grab that one. That's pretty bad. What we're going to do, sell this rubbish. Get rid of it. Maybe check the boots. Yep, they're bad. These, then I don't think we're going to fit them in. Check for a 5-link. Sometimes you can get very lucky and find a 5-link in Act 8 or before. And let's just clean up our inventory a little bit. Put these away. I don't think we need that. Don't think we need that. Could use that Onslaught Flask if we're feeling a bit speedy. Also, while we're here, let's allocate this mastery. 5% chance to inflict 15 with the debuffs. I'm going to grab that. And Clarissa will also give us a skill point. So we're going to grab that. And now we're going to head up this way, I do believe. I'm going to check the path building because I don't remember. I think it's up that way. Indeed, it is. It is that way. So we're going to go this way. Cool. And we are going to head back to the Solaris Temple. Oh my goodness, it's 11 o'clock. I've been talking too much. Now we're going to head back this direction. This whole game is just heist. Doors, doors, doors. Okay. And here we are. So this will take us to the Solaris Concourse. If you miss the TP, I mean the waypoint, what you want to do is drop a portal here and head out. You don't want to have to run all the way back to find the waypoint. You can if you want, but what I normally do is drop that portal. And then there is a very easy to find waypoint here. In this area, we're just going to head sort of down and to the left. Kill the magic packs. Actually, you know what? Let's grab that leather belt. We need some new gear. What's this? Wrath? That's actually a really nice one. I'm going to use that on our belt. Strength, mana, fast life recovery rate somehow is better than that. Here is the waypoint. So grab this. If you miss the Solaris Temple waypoint, take this back to town and then head back through that portal. Go complete the Solaris level 2 and then head to the Harbor Bridge. Alrighty. I'm gonna ignore that. We're a bit behind schedule already. Head over to the Lunaris Concourse. First thing you want to do entering this zone is find the waypoint because we're gonna have to come back here. Once you get that, head down and to the left. And we're gonna enter the bath house. Now the bathhouse is kind of, I think of it almost square shaped, and in each of the corners there is a point of interest. So in this corner there's going to be the entrance into it, Then in one of the other corners, there is going to be the Trial of Ascendancy that we need to complete in this area. And then in the other corner, there is going to be the entrance to the Grand Promenade. And in the final corner, there's going to be the entrance to the gardens, the High Gardens, where we need to go to kill Yugul to get the passive skill point. Here's the waypoint and the Grand Promenade. So this is the one corner. So no, the other corner is going to have the High Gardens, and the final one is going to have the trial that we need to do. Grab your transmutes. Nice for crafting. This used to be an important quest until the weight of good quest rewards was deemed to be too burdensome. So we can still do that to get a random jewel. That's bad, probably. And here's our trial in the other corner. Let's just level up. We're gonna grab this X, Serpentine Spellslinger. And here we want to turn on our Purity of Elements because it's gonna be fire. We don't want to catch fire. This will allow us to just comfortably run over all of this. If you want to be really try hard, you can turn on your vitality so you don't burn as quickly. Turn on that lever. Turn on this lever. Grab this lever. And then head back. Get your trial. Alrighty. Make sure to swap your auras back. And now we're going to head to the other corner, the final corner. Like I said, think of it as a square. And we'll find the High Gardens over here. Make sure to do this. This grants a skill point. Now in this area, also be careful. There are porcupines that explode when you kill them. And they can do a lot of damage. So maybe just shield charge to this area. You don't have to kill everything. Especially the porcupines, you want to be careful of. Just run past them. It's all good. Whoop. Alright, here should be Yugul. Now Yugul does a lot of cold damage over time, so we're going to turn on our Purity of Elements for this fight. Otherwise we certainly will die. Remember, Despair to do more damage. Withering Sep to apply a bit of Wither. Use your flasks. There we go. So each third of his life he's going to summon these little additional monsters. Slay them. Wither him, despair him, and die. Luckily, if you die, you'll pop out right at the beginning. Alright, now let's head back to town. And this is why you wanted to get that waypoint. We can get the skill point from Hargan. Thanks, Hargan. And the jewel that used to be good and now is very bad. Although, increased damage with poison, not bad. We're going to grab chance of poison with spells. This means that we could drop our Herald of Agony and still have a 95% chance of poisoning. We're going to head over to the Lunaris Concourse. And we're going to head up this way. Just like we did in Act 3. Nice little magic pack up here with the boss. Again, remember... Oh, we do have our Purity of Elements on. And here is the entrance. I'm going to turn on my Malevolence again. There is a bit of cold damage in here that could be scary. But I'm going to risk it with my 43 cold resistance. Okay, like in Act 3, follow the carpets to know which direction to go here. I'm going to quickly turn on my Purity of Elements so we don't get frozen. And just head up kind of normally-ish this way-ish, I think. That's what I do. Normally works out alright. Grab the waypoint and head down to level 2. Now this is going to be similar to the Act 3 version of the Lara's Temple level 2. We need to find those big long staircases. Oh, a lot of fancy foils. And we are gonna go up those stairs. There's gonna be 3 sets. Oh, not that way. It's a dead end. Okay, rip. Not that way. By the way, you can also use your Withering Step to grant phasing, so if you are getting locked up by monsters and your Quartz Flask is down and you didn't proc the thing from our tree down here, you can just use that, run through monsters. Okay, here's the big long staircase up, first one of 3. Let's look for the next one. Here we go, number 2. Should be one more. If you're scared of dying, you can drop a portal here so that you can respawn in town in case you get slain. And then, let's see, is the final one here. Yes, there we go. Now, in Act 3, you knew the direction in which to go, the correct direction, by these broken carts. However, in Act 8, don't look at the carts. What you want to do is look at these flower pots over here. So, in Act 3, the side where there was 1 cart and 2 carts, you want to go the direction where there's 1 cart. In Act 8, you want to go the direction in which there is 1 flower pot. So you can see there's 1, and here there's 1, 2. We're going to go this way. Little tiny pro tip. Alright, heading this way, we're gonna kill Lunaris, or whatever that monster is called. Level up, and we're gonna grab Serpentine Spellslinger, or Serpentine Spellslinger. Okay. Got her. Nice. Don't forget this crafting recipe for minions, if you're a minion enjoyer. And we're gonna head back to town. And we're going to go back to the Solaris Concourse, or the Lunaris Concourse, whichever. And we go back to the Harbor Bridge. can kill stuff while we're here. Oh, yikes. Gonna be greedy and turn on the aura. Alrighty. And let's do the boss of Act 8. Charge up your BV. This is a fight that you might want to have your Purity of Elements on for, but I don't care about dying. Sound on the boss, wither her, apply the debuff with your withering step. Make sure she's cursed. Oh. Okay, maybe let's let's not be too greedy, as our rather use the Purity of Elements for this one. Make sure to put your Plague Bearer back on when you die. A lot of cold and fire damage here, so yeah. Okay, cool. Oh, oh my. Very embarrassing. Okay, wait. Let me put on my auras, lady. I know, I should have put them on before I came in here. Alright, well that went... Oh no, it's not over. There's still more. There's still more punishment. Okay, I believe we have done it now. We only died 3 times. Cool. On to Act 9. Now, this is a nice area to get some experience. If you want, you can run Blood Aqueduct till, I don't know, 62, 63. Very, very good experience here. Also, in this area, items that drop can be used with the Chaos Orb recipe. So, for those of you who don't know, Chaos Orb recipe, what it does, you sell 1 rare item of each gear slot to a vendor. They will give you 1 Chaos Orb. If you sell 1 piece of each gear slot that is unidentified and rare to a vendor, you'll get 2 Chaos Orbs. So that'll be 1 weapon, 1 shield, or 1 bow, 1 quiver, or 1 2-handed weapon, and then body armor, helmet, gloves, boots, belt, and rings and amulet. Let's actually upgrade our floss. Wait, that's not the right one. Each of these little side things before these arches, you'll find a magic pack. So always good going down there for a bit of XP. Phasing floss to get through the monsters. If you want, you can check these little corners. All right. On to Act 9. There we go. So, Act 9. Just offload. What we can do, check Irasha, maybe for a lucky 5 link. Any lucky 5 links? Nope. 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 What we can look for is maybe a pair of gloves or something that we can use our other thing on, but normal, nah. Maybe we could use it on shields, body armor. No, what we can do, let's use one of these orbs of binding on this. Bit of life, dexterity, armor, not very good. I think we can just sell that off. Alright. Let's head up. So, Act 9, we're gonna head up this way to the descent. This area, again, pretty straightforward. what you want to do is check the corners-ish. There's going to be 3 zones, and they're all going to kind of link up with opposite entrances and exits. So I'm kind of thinking straight-ish. There we go. There's the next area. I am using my purity of elements, so I'm just dying. Head down this way. And same thing. Divine Life Flask. We have not updated our Life Flask for far too long. That's actually great. Instant recovery when on low life. Very good defensive layer. And this should be the way down to the Vastiri Desert. Or is there one more? Nope. The Vastiri Desert. Great. Now in this area there's a couple of points of interest. First thing we want to do is find the waypoint. That's going to be very important in this area. Also, you can do your betrayal here. I would recommend it. I'm actually going to ignore it for now, so you don't have to watch that, but do your betrayal. And now we're going to look for the waypoint. I normally go this way, sort of up and to the right, or just directly right. There we go. And there's our waypoint. Now, the next thing we need to find is the weathered chest. Also grab your little recipe here. Attack and cast speed. This one can be in a few different places, but I normally head up this way. Ooh, Divine Shrine. Makes us invincible. So, next point of interest is going to be this. We need to find this sandstorm. Talk to Sin about the sandstorm. What you want to do here, drop a portal. Also, we want to grab poisons you inflict, deal damage 20% faster. And also, you know what? We can unspec this and allocate that point over here for a bit more life and spell suppression. Great. Now, we have to find the weathered chest, which is, you'll know you found it when there's like a little, let's see if we can find it. There we go, the little exclamation mark. Oh. Okay. Doing this quest will give us the bottled storm. Kill these sand Goliaths. And grab the Stormblade. Now what we need to look for is the foothills, which is always kind of going to be on this top left-hand side of the screen. There we go. Up to the foothills. In this area, just hug this right-hand wall. And this is also a great place for some experience. Also, people used to farm this zone for betrayal, but I don't know if that's a thing anymore. And hugging this right wall, you'll find this waypoint. Now, you can take this back to town. And what you want to do is talk to Pitaris and Banya. They'll give you a shield or something that you can grab. It's normally pretty bad. And then what you can do is talk to Sin. And then you talk to Pitaris and Bunya again, and they will give you the Bottled Storm. Now the Bottled Storm, what we want to do is head through our portal. And we're going to go through the Oasis. Okay, this area, we go here so that we can get a passive skill quest by killing Shakira. Or Shikari, sorry. I call her Shakira as a meme. Just hug one of these walls, you will find her. Another betrayal encounter. Don't go in the Forbidden Vault. There is nothing all that interesting there unless you're interested in lore. And now we're gonna go over this way. It should be just over here. There we go. The sand pit. Cool. Now we're gonna fight Shikari. Remember? For bosses, Despair and Withering Step. The point we're gonna allocate now, we can head up this way so we can grab these life points. Herbalism. Don't run too far ahead. You kind of need to wait for it to come up and do a slam. And then we're going to make it into the arena. Alright, the Swallowing Sands. Charge up your thingy. Withering Step, Despair. And let's do some damage. There we go. She does now a extremely exciting jump up and down out of the ground animation where you can't target her. Gamers love that. Okay, she's out of the ground. Don't get slammed, or do. It doesn't matter apparently. And she should be dead. Nope, or jumpy jumpy. We have done it. Congratulations. Okay, so we can get the passive skill point quest from Irasha for doing that. And we can allocate this. Now what we're gonna do, head back up to the foothills. And we're going to go through to the Boiling Lake. In the Boiling Lake, normally I just head kind of up-ish into the right-ish. And... oh. More rightish than to the upish. Just checking my level to make sure we're not too far under or over. Kill these magic packs, and in here we should find Salazar. Once you find all these stone statues, you know. Oh, it's the basilisk. So if the basilisk stares at you with Gorgon eyes, try not to stare at him. Otherwise he'll turn you to stone. And then you cannot move for a long time. Kill this guy. And grab the crafting recipe and the basilisk acid. We're going to head back to town. And we're going to take the waypoint to the foothills. Now the foothills, we just go up and to the left. Very much a set layout. There is an optional side quest in this area where you kill Boulderback. Oh, here he is. Speak of the devil. Killing him will grant us 2 passive respec points, which can be useful. I normally don't seek him out, but if I do bump into him, I will do the quest. Just in case I need to respec some points at a later stage. Okay, another magic pack. Kill it. Kill it. It's taking too long. These ones look a bit easier. And here we have found the tunnel. Now in the tunnel, there is a trial of ascendancy. Make sure you do it. It's normally in the first kind of half of the area. Yep, like here, you can see. If you see this little book, it means you found it. Go in there, do your trial of ascendancy. Don't get killed by these things. It's a very easy one. Grab the recipe. Grab this, maybe check out this fiend dagger, and let's continue on our way. Alright. Now this area, just like in Act 4, kind of thinking up and to the right. I mean up and to the left, rather. I am 32 years old and I still mix up my left and right. Isn't that cool? Can grab this. That's always a good sign when you find the waypoint. It's kind of the halfway point. I'm using the wrong keyboard, I just noticed. Hopefully it's not been driving you insane hearing all the clicky clicky. I will swap now. Okay, we found the quarry. Let's use a less noisy keyboard. Hopefully that wasn't driving you insane, but if it was, I'm sorry. Right, so the quarry, we're gonna head straight to the middle. And we're gonna grab this waypoint. And then I usually head a bit to the left. So again, another point of interest in this area is a passive skill point that we need to complete. And then also there is a place called the Foundry that we need to go to collect a tartan something. I don't know, it's a quest thing. Okay, so just hug this wall. Plenty of experience in this area. At this point, I'm not really going to pick stuff up, but if it's leaks up, pick up all the little scraps, all the little orbs of augmentation. And alright, what have we found? The refinery. So, if you find the refinery first, that's fine. That's refine. Okay, head in here. Now the trick in this area, follow the train tracks. As you can see, that's these little train tracks on the ground. Follow them sort of up and to the left as much as you can until you can't anymore, and then you're going to turn right. So here, train tracks keep going this way. We're going to keep following those and head over this way. And then it turns right, but now it goes up again. So we're going to go up again. And to the right when we can't go up anymore. And then go through this door. Follow them here. And this should be the boss right here. Alright. Can actually turn on our malevolence for this. Bit naughty because he does do lightning damage. But I think we're capped. Alright. Easy. Now we're gonna grab the tartan powder, tartan powder, and go through the portal. Back to the quarry. Allocate this point over here. Nice. And then head this way. Okay. Right, once you find these stairs, you find the Shrine of the Winds. This is a little boss fight. Doing this will grant us a passive skill point. Try not to stand in those. Oh, my mana is gone. Okay, here's the bossy. She is dead. And then we can head back to town once this guy is dead. Should be now. Alright, nice. Oh, grab the Sakima feather. And then you can give it to Irasha or Tasuni and get a skill point. And the regrets. And we can sell this, and I think that's all. With our passive skill point, we can allocate this, Intuition. Now, we're going to head back to the quarry. And we're going to talk to Sin and go down into the belly of the beast. Alrighty, this area... a lot of bleeding damage, a lot of poison, well, a lot of physical damage. So this is where you might want to make sure you have Soul of Ralakesh allocated. This area I sort of think uppish and to the leftish, but I don't know. Normally leads me to victory. But there are a few dead ends. If transmutes drop, make sure to pick those up. Don't ignore them like I'm doing. I'm just ignoring it because it's a playthrough and this doesn't really matter once I've made it. Rotting Core, again, a lot of physical damage. These Thraxia, or whatever they're called, are scary. But this means you can probably fairly safely run your Malevolence instead of your Purity of Elements. Sapphire Floss, grab that. We might need that later. This area is similar thing. I'm sort of thinking uppish and to the leftish. And there is the black core. Speak to Sin. Right, Chevron. Doesn't matter in which order you do these. But I normally do Chevron first. In this area, pop on that Purity of Elements. A lot of lightning damage. Unless your lightning damage is capped. In which case, it is actually. So we can keep using our Malevolence. We're going to head up this way. And we're going to do Chevron. Lots of lightning damage, so... there we go. Done. Head through. Go to Malagaros. A lot of chaos damage in this area, so... don't get hit by these BVs. If you have an Amethyst Flask and you feel like you're dying here, you can use that. Oh. Malagaro's Arena. Malagaro. Now he's going to summon his little dudes. Don't stand on those spikes. Alright, there we go. He is dead. we're gonna pop through the portal. No, well, not that portal, that portal. And then lastly, we're gonna go kill Doedre. Doedre's Despair. This area might want to pop on the Purity of Elements. There's some of these sea witches. They can freeze you. Purity of Elements prevents that. And we keep going up this way. I am so tired. Okay, this... Oh, what the... Alright, let's try that again. Oh, when she does this, hide behind these towers. They will protect you. Despair, oh my goodness gracious, what is killing me? Oh, is it these little towers? Normally I kill those. Oh, it's probably because I don't have my resistances up. Right. Okay, finish her off, and then we are going to kill the Depraved Trinity. Talk to Sin. Okay. This is when you do want to have your Purity of Elements up. There's going to be a lot of elemental stuff happening here. Okay, charge up your BV. Shrink, shrink. There we go. Despair. Withering Step. First ad phase. This one we can maybe get away with putting on our Malevolence. Oh no, we are very dead. It's fine. I am so tired. So extremely tired. I worked a whole day. And then I worked more. And now I am recording a video at midnight. But it is fine. I hope you are enjoying it. Let me know if you are. Okay. Kill these guys. Charge up. Apply Wither. Despair him. And we are done. Cool. 2 uniques. Ramira's Banquet and this. Neither of which is particularly useful. Let's head up to the final act. Okay. Alrighty, in this area, let's just see, maybe we get a +1/1 from, I think, Lani? Physical spell skill gem? Nope. Alright. Fine, fine, fine. Let's just clean up our inventory a bit. And we're gonna head through to Bannon. Let's also get rid of this stuff. This we don't really need. And here's our little maps. Okay. So, Cathedral Rooftop, first thing we want to do is head straight up. Straight up. And we're going to go here to the Cathedral Apex. And we're going to save Bannon. Here we can use our Malevolence. Alright, and now talk to Bannon, and we're gonna head onto the Cathedral Rooftop, and now we're just gonna head straight down this way. I believe it's primarily physical damage in this zone, correct me if I'm wrong, but... Oh, except when there's a rare. If you find these little offshoots, you can go down these. These normally will be the right way. And we're gonna go down. Diamond ring and an older spiked shield. Boots. Bit of movement speed. More boots. Alright, and now we should find the way down here to the Ravage Square. Okay, cool. First thing you want to do in the Ravage Square is we're going to head down these stairs and you're going to drop a portal. We're going to come back for that later. Keep heading straight down. You don't want to immediately turn left, but you want to kind of find these buildings and then go left. So find those buildings and then go left. There's going to be a bridge. If you immediately turn left, there is a bridge, but it is collapsed, so you cannot cross it. Then you're going to want to head up. Wonder what that is. Overfusing. Oh my. Always pick those up. You're going to head up, and then you're going to head up and to the right. Okay. We found the waypoint. What we're going to do, head back to town. Head through the waypoint, and we're going to go down and to the right. The reason we do this is to do the control blocks quest. We're going to kill Veritania, which will grant us another passive skill point. Down in here, here's the control blocks. Oh, you can turn that off? Cool. And as for our passive skill tree, we're going to head down. Now, you can either go grab some more suppression over here. Actually, yeah, I think we're going to do that. Or, wait, no, we're supposed to go down. That's what the guide says. We're going to go down to these points, inveterate. Can grab the waypoint here if you want, so you can help a buddy later who didn't do their skill points during the campaign, because they're naughty. And in this area, we're kind of thinking down and to the right, down and to the left rather. Still down and to the right. Similar to Act 5, you can hop down these walls where there is a broken fence. But we're going to ignore that. Keep going down and to the right as far as possible. Down and to the left. Good grief. Oh wait. Is this? Yes. No. This is not right. I know this is not right, but I'm going to prove it. It's over here. I know it's over here. So hello, kitty. There we go. This should be it. Once you see the red, you know you're in the right place. Okay. Into the arena where we fight Valenta, not Veritania, sorry. Cat is standing in front of the screen. Cannot see what's happening. Yes, kitty. Cat is now covering about 60% of the computer screen. Alright, Valenza is down. We're gonna head back to town and speak to Lani, I think, for our Passive Point quest. We also get another thing here. Doesn't really matter which of these you get. You got a quartz in the previous act, so I mean, you can get whatever you want. Maybe another life flask. Grab that skill point. And we're gonna keep going down this way to Inveterate. Now that we've done that, what we want to do, head back to the Ravaged Square. And we're gonna head into the ossuary. In the ossuary is our final trial during the campaign. It's in one of the corners, so just hug the wall, you'll find it. There's also a weird quest here where you find a love potion for an NPC. Kind of questionable, but we do it. Well, actually, we don't do it. If you find it, you can do it. Alright, we found our final trial and the Elixir of Allure. I think that grants us 2 passive respec points. Grab the Chaos Damage Craft, actually useful for us. And we are going to go to do our final trial. Hit that lever. Hit this lever on the other side. Cool. And we're gonna go down the middle. And we have done all of our trials. Head back to town. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the Ravaged Square once again. And we're gonna head down this way. This is a similar layout to the one in Act 5. Actually, maybe the same layout, I think. I think this will be blocked off. Yep, that's blocked off. So we're gonna do this little loop. This is the same as in Act 5. And we're gonna go in here to the Torch Courts. Back to the Torch Courts. Same as in Act 5, it's gonna make a little loop. Sorry for the burps. Oh. Kitty. Thank you. Hi. Bye, Rog. Less orb. Jeweler's Strongbox worth checking out just in case. Okay, never mind. Now it does its little loopy, and we're gonna head up. Up and to the right. Oh. And here we go. Onto the desecrated chambers. This recording has taken much longer than expected. I feel like hopefully I didn't over-explain anything. But there were a lot of stops and starts and whatnot. Let's continue. This area, great experience, just like in Act 5. There's going to be a magic pack at the top of each of these. You can get some maps, get some gear upgrades, a lot of experience. Maybe check out the shields. You should be looking for some gear that will be useful for maps at this point. But that's going to look very similar to what we currently have, just hopefully less bad. Well, if you die in this area, it can be worth to reset the zone by respawning at checkpoint and then clicking the waypoint and then control clicking the zone. But yeah, it's just such great experience here. We're gonna grab the first point toward invest rate, some spell suppression. Should have about 24% at the moment. It'll be higher. Want to have a decent chunk before maps. Grab this. I think this is a accuracy. Not that way. Oh, is it that way? Or is it this way? How am I lost here? Is this oh no. Oh, the sleepiness has caught up with me. But the patch notes are out tomorrow, so I had to get this done tonight. So yeah, we could have reset this zone. If it was League Sod, I might have actually done that, just for a bit of nice XP, but we are here now. I don't know how I managed to get lost in this zone. I think we need to go down there. Yes, it is literally right there. Oh my goodness. This is what sleep deprivation does to you. Oh. Oh. A lot of hits coming in. Alrighty. Let's go. Sanctum of Innocence. This dude can absolutely slap you like that. So try not to get hit. Pretty well telegraphed attacks though. That will kill you if it hits you. This guy can also hit you and kill you, so be careful. But otherwise, a very straightforward fight. Okay. Oh, that's actually a very nice ring. I wouldn't mind using that. Okay. Let's grab this. Not a bad little shield. Alrighty. Let's head back to town. Obviously, on Lakeside, keep that. Actually, just for the sake of people watching, wondering, I'm just being lazy. Alright. Now we head to the Oriath docks. What we're gonna do, speak to Bannon, speak to Lani, get the reward, see if it's bad. It's not bad. We're gonna equip that. Put in these little gems. Oh, I can't use this yet. And we speak to Innocence, and now what do? We don't go kill Kataba, no, no, no. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna go do our lab. So before you kill Kataba, you wanna do your Merciless Labyrinth, because we're gonna get a 30% resistance penalty after killing Kataba. You wanna have that, you don't want that to be an issue before you go into maps, so we can do it now. Again, if you are really not confident, you can either wait. I don't recommend waiting, but you can also remember to check PoE Lab. So on PoE Lab, we're gonna check this. We can look at Merciless Labyrinth, and we can see, all right, there's a dark shrine in the first zone, and in the fourth zone, and the seventh zone, and then head back and use that to help us. So maybe in this first zone, it would be worth checking out to see if we can find that lab, that dark shrine, since it's in the first zone. Oh, this area definitely want to put on Purity of Elements. A lot of different things that can make our life end. Aha, we have found the Dark Shrine. Again, you can tell by seeing your minimap. It looks like there's something there on the minimap, but not in-game. Click the switch. And we're gonna go check out this Dark Shrine. What is it? It is a potent little gift from our primitive past. This is actually a very nice one. Labyrinth traps are disabled. Oh, no, leave me alone, sir. In the Aspirant's Trial. So that's just in the Izaro fight, not throughout the whole labyrinth, but that's very nice. The Izaro fight, those traps can be a pain in the butt. So, yep. And let's go on to the next area. All right. So in the second half of the lab, I mean in the Merc lab, there are going to be 2 rooms before the trial. Oh, not just one. Alright, that should be it. Over there. Oh, whoops. No, it's not. We don't want to go down here. So you can always check this little current location. It'll show you where you're going. We don't want to go there. Now the question is it up there or is it down here? I think it's going to be down here. I'm gonna check up here, just because I don't want it to be down there. And I don't want to go down there if I don't have to, but I know that's a dead end. I was just coping. Alright, well, we take the long way around. The very long way around. The very, very long way around. Oh my goodness, what is this lab? But I'm tired too. Yes, kitty. Cat wants food. Times crank. Can hit that to stop the traps, I think. Yep. And here we go. Aspirant's Trial. We have made it. Okay. Grab your crafting recipe. And we're gonna go in here. Okay, so don't get hit in this area. Might be a good idea to actually pop on a jade flask. These you just need to click, these disruptors. You don't want these in the next fight. You can just click those and oh my goodness gracious, we nearly died. Alright. Head on to the next zone. So checking PoE Lab, I know that there is a Dark Shrine in this zone. Finding the Dark Shrines in the outside areas is a little bit different and a little bit trickier, often, not obviously. But we'll see if we find it. Decorative chests, these can be nice. You can find Orb of Elemental Dispersion. If I can click it, that would be great. Oh no. Oh wow. So what this does, the next essence you hit will be killed instantly. It's not talking about essences like the League mechanic. It's talking about one of the things in the fight, in the Izaro fight. I don't think it's down here. No. I think it's up here. I think this is where the Dark Shrine is, actually. So many traps. We have made it to the next area. Perfect. And there is, of course, a golden door. So golden doors are kind of compulsory doors that you need to find keys for to proceed to the next area. So we're going to have to find the golden key and the golden door. It's usually down this direction, I believe. Yep, there we go. You can see the little golden key on the map. Don't get killed by the traps. Okay, we got the golden key. Head back this way. And there we go. All right. Aspirant's trial number 2.
When the time comes to strike, an emperor strikes without hesitation. To entertain doubt, essence of an empire must be shared.
Alrighty. Gotta charge up this BV. I think these is one of these essences. Wither him, kill that. Don't get killed. Use your Jade Flask to slightly help. There we go. Alright, easy.
The sovereign age leaves but a husk from its descendants.
Probably not a great idea to click strong boxes in lab, especially if you don't have your Purity of Elements running. Because if it freezes you and explodes, well, now you have to start from the beginning. Okay, here is a door. Let's just see what's on the other side. Yep, that's great. We want to go there. And then the next area is going to be the final Aspirant's Trial. There we go. All right.
An aspirant can afford to be promising. An emperor must
Let's do this. Now I'm going to be very grateful that these traps are disabled from the little Dark Shrine. Turn on your Withering Step. Curse him. If he teleports you like that, Flame Dash out of it. Withering Step him. Very easy. Oh, just don't get killed afterwards. There's still other things in here shooting you. And check the Divine Font. Okay. Attack and cast speed recently. This is normally a very nice one to have. And we're going to do our final Ascendancy. So for our third one, we're going to go Flask gain 3 charges every 3 seconds. Great. We have our first 3 labs done. And now, last thing to do is just kill Kitava. There's our 2 respec points. Alrighty. Last. Ooh. Last stretch. Just had to sneak out a little burp there. Okay, talk to innocents. Oh my goodness, I'm so tired. Head through to the canals. And now it's going to be a straight run to the end. What is our slash deaths? 26. All captured live. Well, not live, but recorded for everyone to see. Yes, kitty. Kitty's like, why aren't you in bed? It's cuddle time. Usually bridges are a good thing to cross in this zone. But, yes, kitty, I'll come cuddle now. We just need to show people how to win the game. Oh. Higher scale boots might be something good to pick up. These are already linked, but we could use an orb binding on them if we're feeling particularly degenerate. Cutthroat Scarb, also a nice base. Let's see. We can use this on here. Those are beautiful boots. Oh my goodness. Wow. Oh my, wow. What the? Chaos Res, Fire Res, 79. Oh my, wow. And the right gem colors, are you joking? Oh, amazing. Amazing. Look at that. Oh. Unfortunately, it's not actually League Start. So yep, in this area, cross the bridges. I was just about to say, I don't think bridges can lead you to dead ends, but we just demonstrated that they can. Oh, no. Oh, don't die right there. You have to run all the way back. Okay, onto the feeding trough, the final area in Path of Exile 1. Oh yeah, by the way, clicking those sulfite things is really nice because you can get that exact divination card I just found from that, which is 10 Orbs of Alteration, which is wonderful. I want to check out the Opal 1 that dropped, just in case it has +1 Fizz. Nope. And we're just gonna zoom right to the end. You can put on your Phasing Flask and just shield charge all the way there. And we've made it. Crafting recipe. Talk to Sin. Head up here. Maybe you can open a TP. Just habit. Honestly, you can put on your Purity of Elements here if you want, but you can normally dodge all the stuff that does elemental damage in this fight. Remember Withering Step and Despair. Kill the Kataba's Heralds. And this thingy. Can use your Plague Bearer to do a bit more damage. Okay, watch out for the ground things. Dodge those. Okay. Almost done. Curse, Withering Sap. Alright, when he does that, you can just stand on the far end. It doesn't go all the way there. And we are safe. And now we just need to kill the heart. And we are done. Hooray. Hooray! We beat Path of Exile. So now we're going to get another minus 30 to resistances. So the next step going into the maps, is probably use your Purity of Elements and head over to the crafting bench and see where you can craft a bit of resistances on your gear. Suffixes, something like that. Even if you need to craft some suffixes, some resistances on your wand, that's absolutely fine. We have done it. We're going to sail to Orath. What was our slash played, by the way? 547. Considering how much chatter I had to do during that, and how much stopping and explaining I feel I had to do, that's actually not a terrible time. So, hopefully you have enjoyed this guided playthrough. If you made it all the way to the end, please do let me know. What do you think? Did you enjoy this? Do you want to see more stuff like this? What we need to first do before we finish, let me show you. We're going to head over to Lani. We're going to grab this passive skill book. And now we have all our passive skill points. We can go allocate this. And something you should do is type enter/passives. This will list out all the passive skills. If there are any you have missed throughout the campaign, you will see them here. It'll show 0 from X quest, and you'll know, okay, I need to go do that one. But yep, that is it. I think, let me just help you transition into maps. So once you're in maps, you might be facing a bit more scary stuff. Using a Jade Flask is going to be great. What you want to do, you do want to maybe try roll your flask, get something like this. Immunity to corrupted blood, instant recovery on low life, very important stat for your life flask. Also, you can pick up a granite flask if you have one and maybe use it instead. Actually, this setup should be fine. And then what you can also do is check vendors for gear. So you can maybe see, let's see what piece of gear is really bad that we currently have. Our body armor is okay. Our gloves are really not that good. So we can maybe look at gloves. See here. Oh, are any of them normal rarity? This has 70 life. Honestly, not bad. Might grab that. And we can craft another resistance on it. Another thing you want to do is head to Lily. And in your hideout over here, I mean, we can quickly do this. See what resistance we need. We need a bit of, this is with Purity of Elements up. We need a bit of cold resistance. So we can go cold resistance. Maybe use that. Here we go. And on any other piece of gear, this has no open suffixes, no open suffixes, one open suffix. So we can see, all right, we need a bit of cold res. Go cold res. Already has a mod of this type. Oh, maybe lightning res was the other one we needed. Or we can go cold and lightning. Here we go. Resistance is getting close to being capped. I'd feel okay running a map on that. Although, if you can find a bit of resistance somewhere, you can even find as a suffix on flasks. Although, don't rely on that for too long. Maybe your helmet. Honestly, we could probably do a better helmet. I wouldn't go using your chaos orbs. Maybe if you're extremely naughty. I think what I would do is, let's actually do this. Just to help you, because transitioning into maps is an important step. So let me show you. My helmet's a bit bad. Let's see. Let's look at helmet. We're looking for like a blue-green, like this. Actually perfect. Evasion, energy shields. And we still have some of these orbs of binding, so I'll use that. Life, intelligence, great. Although the rest of the suffixes aren't that good. I might even do this. Do you have any essences? Not really. Not really. If you have a nice essence, it might be worth scouring, but I might actually just do this. cold res, bit of cold res, and an open suffix. So let's pop this on. And let's check out our resistances in the hideout. And let's see. Okay, with our purity of elements up, we have capped, capped, and lightning res and fire res. So what we can do is fire and lightning resistance. You can just do this one, and with our purity of elements up, we are now capped before going into maps. Let's just color this. We want blue, blue, green, green. There we go. Cool. So once you get better gear in maps, you can swap out your purity of elements for something else. I actually intend on running purity of elements for quite a long time, but once I have done my big lab, my final lab, I'm thinking I'm gonna rather, instead of purity of elements, use a resistance suffix on one of my magic flasks. And then, yeah, if you start dying a bunch, check your flasks, make sure that you have instant recovery, make sure you have something like a jade flask or a granite flask. Try get your spell suppression up a bit, just check the path of building, and then the last thing you want to do is look at the path of building, and then we're gonna head over to, let me just show you, screen share. You're gonna look at your BV swap. These are the gems you're gonna be using until we transition into the main gems, which you get when you start using Eldritch Battery with your Dendrobate and your Obliteration Wand. Check out these gems, see what here you need. You can see we're gonna need these other gems. Buy these gems from Lily over here, and then see what else, Herald of Agony. Also, we're gonna be using some of these, so see what isn't here and start leveling it up in your extra slots, but also in your offhands, in your alternate weapons slots here and here. Try and get a 3-link and a 3-link. And another thing, if you do have a few extra sockets, what you should do is level up your blade, buy a few blade vortexes, put it in your empty sockets here and there, like that maybe, and we want those to hit level 20, and when they hit level 20, we're going to corrupt them. Try hit level 21, or a level 20 corrupted one. A level 21 Val Blade Vortex. Anyway, that's going to be it. I am extremely tired, so I'm going to head to bed. Thank you for watching, everyone. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comments below. Also, be sure to join the Discord. All of that. I will be streaming. I can also answer questions there. So if you have any questions about the build, let me know. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Stay safe. Thanks for watching this long if you did. Take care. Catch you in the next video. Alrighty. Bye-bye.